Hello and welcome to the Music Smoothie.
All right, welcome back to another lovely episode of the Music Smoothie. And remember, if you're going to mutilate children, use your best discretion. Tonight we've got a blast from my ass. We've got Raid. He's coming back.
That's my intro right there. Blast from the ass.
It's a better intro than I get.
Yeah, Raid was with us on the last iteration of this show, and yeah, I might edit that out, but I haven't decided yet. I probably won't because I'm gonna.
Oh my god!
Well, see, I had to catch you off guard, or you know, I couldn't bring out the energy in you.
Gotcha.
It's,
That booty energy. I gotcha.
Yeah, it's method podcasting. It's a new thing.
Gotcha.
I'm trying it out. All right, Fishy, tell us your deepest, darkest secret.
No, I don't have any secrets. I'm an open book.
All right, Olaf, what's your middle name?
Carl?
Carl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carl?
Yeah, it's Carl.
Carl. Carl doesn't sound like a Swedish name for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I'm Icelandic, so you would say Karl, but sure.
Sounds stupid.
Wow.
You're stupid.
Shit.
I am.
Fighting words. All right, Billy.
Hi.
Okay. All right. This is the Music Smoothie, and fuck, should I go over the whole thing, the spiel again? I don't know.
Let's do it.
All right, yeah.
It's pretty self-explanatory. You just play music.
All right, yeah, let's play the fucking song. I was surprised that this actually qualified because I thought it was a bigger hit. Like, it was a minor hit when it came out. It's got some sweet reggae undertones. Let's just listen to it. Fuck it. I'm not giving the whole thing. Here. By a very popular artist, but this is one of his lesser hits. This is going to be Winning by Santana. that was Winning by Santana of his 1981 album Z-Bop. It was sung by Alex Ligertwood. He was Santana's lead singer for about 12 years. Okay, what did you think? Raid.
Tiger Blood. Like, it screamed Charlie Sheen to me when I heard I'm winning. So I'm like playing this music video in the back of my head. I'm not even paying attention to the lyrics at this point. I'm just thinking of Charlie Sheen skiing down a snowy mountain doing lines of coke or a mountain of coke, and he's just like snorting, engulfing tiger blood. I don't know. And the song really meshes well with that for some reason in my mind. Like Charlie Sheen, Tiger Blood, I'm winning. I don't know if you guys remember when Charlie Sheen was doing some crazy shit and got in trouble, and then they did like a whole interview with him. And those were his.
I think everyone remembers that.
I was gonna say, I think we can always count on you to bring the memes from 2010, Raid.
Right? Like
Winning.
Beautiful song though. It's really like, like I'm winning. It's like, yes, I like it.
It's a good hype song, I think.
It is.
Olaf?
Well, it's Santana, so you can always count on the guitars to be great. And I hadn't heard this song before, and it's really relaxing and like laid back, chill song. I really enjoyed the guitars, obviously, and haven't really listened too much to Santana, but got me thinking about the Woodstock show that they had when they were just fucked up on LSD.
That's fair. Fishy?
I liked it a lot. It was pretty good. I've not really listened to much Santana either, but it sounds kind of generic for the genre of kind of stadium rock, but I mean, generic's good in that genre, I think. Only thing I'd say that I wasn't a fan of, I thought the chorus was a little overbearing at points, kind of drowning out the main vocals. But yeah, I liked it quite a bit. It was a good start, and it's just getting cold, and it kind of warmed me up. It felt like a summer song, like you'd just be out in a big crowd with a lighter above your head. So yeah, it was nice.
Oh, good. Yeah, it is fairly conventional, verse, chorus, verse, and a lot of guitar noodling.
Yeah,
very 80s.
Yeah, definitely. The synths and the steel drums.
Yeah, it was real good. I mean, it doesn't make
that reggae vibe.
Yeah,
which was still very popular in the early 80s. Billy, what'd you think?
I think it feels very probably because of those like
Billy's
80s
upset
conventions.
that I didn't call on him sooner.
Yeah,
And he has
I'm
now
actually
gotten
leaving.
sucked into the Ozark Mountains.
Sorry. I just have to finish the episode, dude. Real quick. Are you able to hear me? Yeah. Oh, okay. No, nobody responded, and I got scared.
If you were talking, like I couldn't hear anything.
You can't hear me?
No, now I can. It froze. I think the screen froze. I got scared too.
Oh. So I think that it feels very familiar, and probably because it uses those like 80s conventions. It feels like a song I've heard before, and I mean, I don't know if I have heard it before, but it's just like that kind of familiar feel to it. Like this could be on a Genesis album, and I wouldn't think any better of it. And even though it doesn't exactly sound like Phil Collins, I would still think that this is Phil Collins. But I definitely can see where Fishy was coming from. It definitely has to be something I'm in the mood for, or I could really just get bored of it pretty quickly because of how conventional it can sound. But I was really enjoying it right now, and that's all that matters, because especially for a first track that we're listening to, it was pretty calming to introduce everything. And I like that kind of calming familiarity of it.
Fun fact about the song Winning, it was also recorded by Norwegian heavy metal singer Jørn Lande on his 2020 album Heavy Rock Radio 2, Executing the Classics.
That's right. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is actually a cover, and it has been recorded by lots of artists. I can't remember who did the original version.
Russ Ballard.
Russ Ballard. Oh, yeah, that sounds right. Okay, you got it. Well, once you hear my next pick, you'll see why I wanted to pick something conventional to start off with.
I can't wait, honestly.
All right. Okay. Next up to the chopping block.
My mom.
Yeah, who's getting castrated today?
My mom.
All right. Wait, is Raid? Are you actually gone? You said BRB a minute ago. Shit. I guess.
Where'd Shadow Legends go?
Yeah, Shadow Boy. I don't know. Should we do some vamping, or I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because it's probably all going to get edited out regardless. That's what happened on the Halloween episode.
Shit.
Well, I mean, it was good. It was really good vamping, but at the same time, it didn't really feel like it added anything to the episode itself. You know,
What's vamping?
that's when you're just improvising, like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a vampire, like you're biting people's necks. You improvise a little bit, sucking their blood.
I don't know where the correlation between vampires and improvising comes.
Well, here, let me explain it real quick.
Vampires improvise a lot.
You have to improvise because if you're not able to get to the neck, then you have to get to the wrist or you have to get to other areas.
What is this foreplay? You're just working your way up to something? Like
biting them in the thigh.
The main course is really just, the sucking of the blood. The sucking.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
All right.
The foreplay.
Vampires know how to fuck. All right, that was some good vamping. Good job, guys.
Hey, I'm bisexual. Bisexuals have to be good at foreplay.
Yeah. That's all they got.
Sorry. Okay.
It's the main
Olaf,
course.
You're next. Just for that. No, but you were already going to be next.
I thought Raid was next.
Look at the thing.
Oh, I still haven't looked at
it. Billy's just like, in my head, it's got to be Raid. No, but all right. Olaf, what do you got for us?
All right, so this is by a band called Less Big Bird, and it's a Swedish band, kind of like psychedelic rock kind of thing. I can't really explain it too much, but you'll hear it.
Yeah, I've got a broken Guess you can't walk through this life without getting burned. I know I ruined everything, it's all gone to shit. Guess I didn't know what I had before I lost it. A little less fun, a little less done, a little more a little less fun, a little less done, a little more I used to only care for you. You were my only one. But I wasn't strong enough, so I destroyed it all. I loved you so much more than you will ever know. Guess I'm smarter these days, but it's too late anyway. A little less fun, a little less done, a little more a little less fun, a little less done, a little more a little less fun, a little less done, a little more
So that was a little more numb by This Big Bird. Fun fact, you remember that meme song? Let's go. Yeah, that was the same guy. So let's start from the bottom. Raid, what do you think?
I'm pretty neutral on this one. Like, it's probably something I'm not used to hearing all the time. So, like, it's nothing I can really like relate to, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
I was kind of like zoning in and out of the song, you know?
So you were a little more numb.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it with this one. I don't know why.
Does that mean it worked though?
Is that what it's supposed to do? Like,
Sounds like
Yes,
it from the song title.
You're in control. You decide. Take control of your emotions.
you know what? The song did what it was supposed to do. I feel nothing. I am numb.
All right.
All right, Laz, what do you think?
Okay. Well, I liked that you took like the framework of my song, like this straightforward pop song, and then you're like, okay, well, I got this synth pop song that's a little bit more engaging, a little bit more all in, a little bit more just like wall of sound. I love the synths. I love the just the maintain the like the maintained momentum throughout. Like it's just chugging along. It's chugging and chugging and chugging, and yeah, it's I thought it was a pretty great song. Like it's again, it's nothing, reinventing the wheel or anything, but it's a pretty good song that sticks with you. I think I'm probably going to come back to this one.
All right. Fishy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite in terms of just the pure way it sounded to me, but I thought it was really like thematically coherent around the concept of numbness, like the way it kind of brought in all these disparate elements and blended them, but not like super clean, a little messy, like it's all running together and numb. I thought that worked pretty well. And like especially towards the end, I couldn't tell if that was like screaming or some kind of distorted instrumentation, but I thought that it really worked well how that was. It started really strong when it came in, but it was gradually drowned out by the more dreamy, poppy, upbeat uh, vibes of it. Like you're just calming down and letting the numbness wash away the screaming that you want to be doing. So it's not, like I said, the overall, I wouldn't listen to it just to listen to the song, but I thought that they did interesting things with the concept of numbness and kind of weaving that in. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Billy.
I always like your comments, Fishy. It's interesting how you look at things in like a thematic dimension when you're listening to music. And I totally agree. One of the things I was thinking about was I really love the contrast of having those like bright, like vibrant synths and then having his voice being a little bit more monotone alongside with those synths. I thought that was a pretty good um, choice for his vocals and for the synths. I don't know if that's usually, I haven't heard this band before, so I don't know if that's usually how it goes when they have a song, but especially for this song, it sounded pretty good. And just in general, these synths just sounded so good. Like you didn't even need the vocals. You could just have someone shitting in the background, and it would just still sound so good. So, uh, I did like this track. I did think that it. I wish that even though the synths and vocals were good in my opinion, I do wish they changed it up a little bit. Like maybe on the third verse or the third chorus, do like a different like pattern of synths, and then have that like that ending with um, noisy phase of numbness. I would have enjoyed that a little bit because I think, like Raid was saying, it is easy to kind of tune it out after a while because you're just listening to the same thing over and over. But maybe that is part of the thematic numbness point.
So you were hoping for more of a bridge.
Yeah, for sure.
You know how like some songs start from a low and work their way up to a high, you know? Overall, the song was just like in the middle all the time for me, at least.
Yeah, like Laz said, it's just kind of just chugging along like a train, just moving. Same speed, same pace. I kind of like it myself. Well, I like it a lot, but I
Yeah.
understand it's not for everyone.
Yeah, it's definitely subjected to personal preference, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it definitely serves a purpose, though.
Yeah, there's plenty of things I can find to like about this, but like I said, that I just think there's um like some things that I wish could have been improved.
You're gonna like the next one then.
All right. Let's go for the next one, Fishy.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. My first one's going to be a song by the Pogues, "Rainy Night in Soho." Just a little background on the Pogues. I know they're more popular than a lot of things brought onto the show, but not everybody knows them. They were formed in 1982. By far, their most famous member and frontman for most of their run is Shane MacGowan, and he has a really distinctive voice that is very tinged with the abuses he's put his body through, and it really comes through in all his songs. I picked this one because even though I don't think it's generally the best representation overall of their sound, I think it's a really good representation of their ability to kind of take any genre, any blend, and mix it and still have it be distinctively their own with a bunch of Celtic undertones. So this is "Rainy Night in Soho" by the Pogues.
I've been loving you a long time, down all the years, down all the days, and I've cried for all your troubles, smile at your funny little ways. We watched our friends grow up together, and we saw them as they fell. Some of them fell into heaven, some of them fell into hell. I took shelter from a shower, and I stepped into your arms on a rainy night in Soho. The wind was whistling all its charms. I sang you all my sorrows. All your joys. Whatever happened to that old song? To all of those little girls and boys. I'd wake up in the morning, the ginger lady by my bed, covered in a cloak of silence. I'd hear you talking in my head. I'm not singing for the future, I'm not dreaming of the past, I'm not talking of the first times, I never think about the last. Now the song is nearly over, we may never find out what it means. Still, there's a lot I hold before me,
All right, that was A Rainy Night in Soho by the Pogues. Definitely one of their slower songs, but it's one of my favorites of theirs. And one more fun fact from my notes, this song was produced by Elvis Costello, for you Costello heads out there. What did you think, Billy?
Okay, this is unrelated, but first, thank you for being the first person to choose me first. I am honored to talk first right now.
Well, you made me feel special with your comment about my insightful comments.
Aw, isn't this just a fun, like, mutual masturbation?
Mm,
Um,
Yeah, he
well,
always says horrible things about me.
well, I think it's actually interesting that you say this was produced by Elvis because before you made that comment, I was thinking this has like a weird, interesting Celtic Frank Sinatra vibe to me, with especially with his voice, and I may be like run to think that maybe it gives other vibes for other people, but um, I really like the tune of this. It's very memorable and it's fun to kind of just hear it and hear him sing along with it. This is just a fun, simple track, and along with the other repetitive tracks we've heard, I feel like this one did a little bit more to have those like other instruments chime in and keep you engaged as it was going, and also his lyrics um, and what he was singing about like kept me engaged too. I liked a lot about this track. Yeah.
cool. And yeah, I think the Frank Sinatra comment is pretty accurate. It probably wouldn't be too far off to call him kind of a Celtic Frank Sinatra, latter day, I guess. Definitely does have kind of lounge vibes in a lot of his, especially slower stuff. Let's just work it down. What did you think, Laz?
Well, if Irish crooning is a thing, this certainly was it. Uh, yeah, as soon as I heard the Irish flute, though, I was like, yeah, this is. If I go to the Wikipedia page, it's going to call this Celtic. Yeah, I liked it. It was when I looked up the band when you first posted them, I was like, oh, you said this is a popular band, but I hadn't heard of them. Well, apparently they are big in the UK, and
Yeah,
that's really cool. But yeah, I definitely appreciated it. It was when I saw it was a punk band, I was expecting like aggression and like maybe political themes and just a lot more like haphazardness. But this was very smooth, very clean. Um, like if I heard this before I knew it was like a punk band, I would have assumed that it was like easy listening. Not that it's not a bad thing. Um, some people might think so.
yeah, no, and that's fair. This is by far one of their least punk songs. They definitely have a lot of it more just straight punk, a lot more aggressive. But yeah, no, this probably shouldn't be labeled as pop punk or punk. But yeah, no, I get the confusion there because this is definitely an outlier to their normal. But
Well, I think folk punk is fair because there was a lot of lilting, like guitar work, very delicate. It felt very soft and passionate, but also like there was that underlying brimming energy that I could feel like throughout it, like this sort of intensity that um like is just below the surface, beneath this calm, like
Like your mom.
thanks, Billy. I couldn't think of the word, and now the word is fuck. and the second word is you.
Okay. Hola. Oh, sorry.
Unassuming was the word. Sorry. But go ahead with hola.
All right. Yeah. Were you done then?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
All righty. Hola.
The Pogues over here, during Christmas, "Fairy Tale of New York" is a very popular song that people listen to, especially like alternative punks and stuff like that. They listen to Shane McGovern singing "Fairy Tale of New York," which is very similar to this song, and it's very calm and it's like folky like that. So I really enjoyed it. It really brought back a lot of memories of just being pissed drunk with a lot of punks and singing folky songs and just swinging back and forward. it's a great song. I love Shane McGovern and I love the Pogues. So it's a good song, great song. And the Irish flute, I think isn't that a tin whistle? Isn't that what it's called?
It's yeah, but it's also colloquially known as an Irish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I don't really know what else to add to what you guys have said, but it's a great song that gives you hope in a sense. It's just everything's gonna be all right.
I'm longing for the Emerald Isles as we speak.
Mm. Yeah. And yeah, I have, of course, I've not actually been there, but I have heard that a lot. That in the same way that in America, hearing all the radio stations starting to play Mariah Carey's what's her Christmas song?
All I want
For Christmas.
Yeah. It's my understanding that it basically fulfills the same role in Britain and a lot of parts of Europe as that song does here.
Oh, we have that song as well, but unfortunately,
I would much rather have Fairy Tale of New York.
I don't know. I can always vibe with some Mariah Carey.
Well, maybe once or twice, but it never leaves.
I've worked in stores over Christmas and having to listen to that song over and over all day, every day for over a month is kind of kills you.
Shit, maybe I don't want to hear this in Christmas in Europe. That might ruin it for me. All right, Raid, what did you think?
It had really good bugles moments in the song. You know, I think they were subtle. I feel like there could have been more bugle, but it gave me like those King of the Hill vibes, you know. And I like King of the Hill mostly because it's down to earth and it's just like, you know, I wouldn't say it's like southern or maybe even too folksy, you know, not even country. I feel like it's somewhere like very modernized. So for me, it's definitely something I can vibe to, something I would just be listening to, like 1 hour drive, you know, like if I'm trying to kill time, just have something playing in the background. It's calming. It's very soothing, you know. You kind of just melt into it.
Yeah, it really does just kind of feel like a rainy night somewhere, at least to me. Alrighty. Who is next?
It's going to be our Raid.
Oh,
Shadow Legends.
Are we doing a shout out to Legends?
No, they have to pay us first.
No.
Are they paying us? Like, yes.
Yeah, after they pay us, then you can, you know, talk about them the whole episode if you want. You could tattoo their name on your asshole.
I already did that. Was it too early?
Yes. We didn't secure the deal. Oh no.
We can get free tattoos.
Free tattoo. Yeah.
Free tattoo?
Yes.
I could use some of those.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you a tattoo of the angry orange on your thigh.
Oh no.
Isn't he the annoying orange?
I don't give a fuck what he's called.
It's fucking orange.
Stupid orange. What do you think about everything, Raid?
What do I think about everything? Like, are we talking about the Annoying Orange show? Because that was the thing on Cartoon Network.
I was trying to get you to start talking about your song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think this is a really well-known artist.
What?
That I'm about to. Yeah, this guy is called James Lee, and I like his music videos because they're very dark, very silhouette, and they're very satire, and they're definitely just to poke fun, but there are some hints of subtext behind what he's saying. So, take it with a grain of salt, depending on where your spectrum falls on whether it's social political or whatnot. So let's see if it plays.
Did you see Johnny Depp today? He's looking kinda shit. I don't really know what's up with him since he and Amber split. And wouldn't you know, she's back and looking great and starring in a brand new flick. While Johnny's at home and he's drinking alone and he's just gotta get over it. It's not how a man should be, just another washed up celebrity. It doesn't really surprise me that he hit her. Did you see Johnny Depp today? I thought he was pretty good. He's got the cool vibe and a cigarette, just like Johnny would. And wouldn't you know, he's got a pretty ex who made him out to be a dick. And we didn't know that she was pretty psycho and kinda fucked up all his shit. So raise your hands and sing with me. We get it, Johnny, you were 53. She ain't gonna fuck up your shit anymore.
Come on, go be a real married man. Go deal with your shit the way that a man does. Go run to the next house. Every man does.
Yeah.
What else other things do you want to add?
Can't talk to
You
you
fucking
about
life. You what you want? Oh no, I want to know. Your bug. Is this gonna be good for your bug? Is this gonna be good for your bug?
Did you see Johnny Depp today? I think he's looking sad. He's got the cool vibe and a cigarette, but man, he got it bad. 'Cause didn't you know that even men sometimes get abused? And society has forgotten me, and I don't know what to do when everyone fucks you in the ass and doesn't give a shit. Because I'm not Johnny. But good for you, Johnny. 'Cause she ain't gonna shit in your bed anymore.
What the
So,
fuck?
yeah. This song definitely needs a lot of context for some users to understand.
Jesus Christ.
But if you guys got questions, I'll answer them for you. Starting with Olaf, if I'm saying that correctly. I'm going
Who's Johnny?
Johnny Depp.
I'm just fucking with you.
Gotcha.
I'm from the year 2013. Who's Amber Heard?
That's valid because most people didn't even know who she was until the trial came to light. So
Actually, same. Yeah, I really didn't know.
I mean, I'd seen Aquaman.
that's the only appearance I think she made. Like that was her debut. But
no, she had been on other things. Like I think she was in Spring Breakers. I think
something like that, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, yeah. Like who do you want to like a round table discussion?
I mean, I'm down for a round table discussion. Yeah, because it's not one of those songs that is too emphasis on the melody, I think, or the chorus.
Oh, there was a melody.
I guess it's a lyrical song, you know, like.
I was so
I
happy
have my
to
own
be
comments.
done with the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing.
I dug it up from the grave.
Yeah, I had almost forgotten about it. Like,
Like my position continues to be they were both assholes.
Yeah.
Both a couple of assholes, and yeah, like it's probably for the best that it's over with, and they can both move on and try to be less assholish.
Have you guys ever watched the trial as the whole trial?
Fuck no, dude.
No,
I watched a
Okay.
lot of the trial. So I watched probably 5 hours of it while in the background of playing RuneScape.
oh yeah,
Gotcha.
RuneScape.
Yeah, fuck yeah, RuneScape.
Which did more brain damage?
I probably would prefer to have my own comments like slated separately because I do have a little bit to say.
The
It's just
take
topical and funny. I don't know.
it's definitely supposed to be. I honestly think it's very satire, you know.
Yeah, I think it's fair to call it satirical because it does take a position on a social issue and like really leans into that position, even to the point of absurdity. So I feel like it definitely accomplishes that. Musically, I think I'd need to think about it a little bit more to feel like if the music side of it really tracks, because I feel like it maybe tried a little bit too hard to be like catchy and jaunty, which definitely flows into like the tonal dissonance nature of it, like the like the energy of the music not really matching the text, but which is cool, but I don't know how like cohesive it was as a whole. I feel like it was just I don't know, maybe a little surface level. Sorry if that's harsh.
I didn't make up the song, so you're good, you know. Like
This wasn't you?
I didn't create this.
Oh
No,
shit!
I like the direction of where it goes because it's such a dark. It's no matter what, it's a dark discussion, and I feel like he's trying to make it really upbeat about it. You know.
It was kind of amusing how he managed to make a total shit post sound so heartfelt.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
There is a subtext to the song that I do appreciate that maybe might go over to some heads, you know. Like not domestic violence is a thing, you know, and both
Yeah.
genders are subjected to the violence on either end. And during the whole process with Johnny Depp, I think it brought a lot of light to male violence, you know, domestic, you know, victimization of males that sometimes get overlooked. Like, you know, just because he's a male, you know, clearly he never gets abused by, you know, the counter sex. So I think that's kind of cool that the song kind of pays, you know, pivots to that. Like, you know, guys sometimes get abused too, you know, like not to take away, you know, all the injustice that happens to women because it happens all the time, you know. But in
Right.
this case, it was very blatant that, you know, like Johnny Depp was definitely the victim throughout the trial, and I guess either way, justice was met swiftly. There was a lot of dumb things that happened in the court, like apparently Amber pooped in Johnny's bed. That was a thing.
Yep.
Did they prove that conclusively that it wasn't
Yeah,
bad? Okay.
there was witnesses and everything.
think
In
there's
fact,
something
Saturday
so
Night Live made a skit based off of that.
Well, I don't think that's admissible as evidence.
It's not. But in court,
I think there's something so absurd with watching a domestic abuse trial as some sort of entertainment. I think that's kind of that is weird to me.
Yeah, it kind of makes my gums itch.
Welcome to America.
That's basically America. Like there's better things to talk about, better things to put into the public eye. You know, we could talk about real things that are happening in the world. You know, economics. You know, social problems that are happening. You know, foreign or domestic, like the war in Ukraine. But nope. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard was like the thing that was talked about for months on end.
But I think it's because it's so not just education, or I mean, I'm not just like for entertainment. Like I feel like for me, it was interesting to watch as a just to kind of see the sides of the situation. And I always like to see in court, like, what is going to be the response and what is going to be, how is this going to be interpreted. And I think this is such a kind of, it became kind of personal for people, especially people who have been a male victim in the past, in any kind of ways, because these kind of trials don't come up too often. So I do think it did get like internalized in the public eye as that kind of personal, um, trial.
Sure, but I think we should also watch out not to like reel that like 180 degrees in the opposite direction and be like, oh, like women are liars, and because that's what a lot
Oh,
of right-wing pundits, that was a
yes.
lot of their reaction to this, and that's
Yeah,
absolutely not the case either, right? And
Oh,
also,
yeah.
I feel like we should watch out because we've already had a 10-minute discourse on Johnny Depp on a music podcast.
Yeah, I did want to talk about it. I haven't been able to talk too much, but I think personally, I think that this song is kind of this subject matter is a little over its head. I know it's satire, but this is like a bag of worms, and I don't
Can
think
of
it's
worms?
like,
Can of
yeah.
worms.
I'm sorry.
No,
The-
that's
the-
valid. There is I forget what the word is, but there is a sort of thing where you combine two different idioms. I forget what it's called, but it's a valid thing. You call it a bag of worms.
it's a bag of worms, and the bag is spilling open. But I do think like the subject matter of this is like is a little. I don't think it covers it well enough, and also as a satire, I really don't think this was really that funny of a song either. Like, it's supposed to be comedic, and I really was just sitting there with a straight face, and couldn't really. None of the jokes landed for me. The only thing that was remotely funny was just the ending punchline, and it really is not that funny because it's already something we've I've heard referred to thousands of times, like her shitting in the bed. Haha, I guess it happened. But yeah, I just couldn't find this so funny, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at.
yeah.
Also, the term for mixing metaphors or idioms is malaphor. So yeah, you created a malaphor. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Should I play
Um,
song number 2, or we're doing
No,
other?
tonight we're doing it like one at a time. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, unless you had to like leave early or something.
No, I can stick around.
All right. Next up is Billy. He's closing out round one.
All right. Well, this is going to be playing Jamaican Queens. This is an American electronic pop band. Um, I feel like this song especially gets a little wubby with the electronics. Uh there's not much I can find about this indie band except like the members are Ryan Spencer, Adam Presley, and Ryan Clancy. They have had a band before called Prussia. Um, that is another more like obscure band, and I will be bringing that next time. That band is also pretty good. Without further comments, This is gonna be Emo and Poor by Jamaican Queens. Laz tried to kill me, so I didn't bring this because I've brought this before, but I'm, letting everybody know so that if I do end up dead, I died. All right, this is Emo and Poor by Jamaican Queens.
It feels alright. You have to hit the ones you love to pass the time. Then police surround my girl, take me home. I don't want to think about it. See him someday. I just want to eat them, sleep, and you don't understand me. How could you now? They want me dead, and I don't live a orange cat, so let's pretend. Make them be terrible and can't even go on. How good I it's getting harder. Love is found, it's waiting fast. She feels alright. Love is found with just one glance. I lose myself. Candle seems to melt away. I asked you, take your fucking time with me. I don't want to think about it. I ignore the arrogance. It's sensitive. Lose weight, you sleep, and you don't understand that. How could you get so paranoid?
That was Emo and Poor by Jamaican Queens. They had one song that like kind of grew in popularity and had 4 million hits called Water. But after that, everything else is kind of lower on the hits wise, which they did never really grew that big, unfortunately. I think that they definitely have a little bit of a cult following, but I wish that they were able to, have kind of grow in that way. But such things just come to light, um, pop wise, in a weird way. So, um, to cut from me rambling, what did you think, Fishy?
Um, I liked certain parts of it, but it was hard for my brain to clock this as one contiguous piece that jumped around so much. I guess that kind of makes sense with the repeated refrain and not wanting to think about it because it really did make itself hard to be thought about. As soon as I tried to lock onto one track, it just jumped to a completely different thing. The individual parts were all pretty good, I thought, but it didn't coherently mesh for me. But I kind of get the feeling that was intentional to a degree. So I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. I might kind of have wished that this was just two or three different songs with each part given its own time to shine. But yeah, it was good overall.
Makes sense. I understand. Um, I I definitely think I like the whole overall like feel of the song, and I I, I was gonna say this like it has a little bit of a petulance to it. Like this is like a angsty song to me with I can see like the whole I can kind of visualize just someone who's like growing up and having trouble with drugs, and that's for that reason I do like the whole continuous nature of this song. What do you think, Olaf?
I kind of agree a little bit that the song kind of jumped all over the place a little bit at parts, but there was one part, well, one section that kept repeating that I liked. That kind of sounded like almost like 50s singing, and then they went like in with the electronic stuff. It had like a 50s vibe to the melody with the song that I really enjoyed.
It's funny that you say that. Sorry if I may interject. I sort of got like a doo wop
Yeah,
warbling vibe from like definitely one of the early uh, riffs into the song. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry. Please continue.
and that is pretty solid track. I don't know if that's something I would listen to personally, but I yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought all of the different pieces were good individually. I don't know if they really blended together that well in as a whole. Kind of like Fishy said, like maybe they could have been two different songs. Like focus on that part and I think maybe two different songs. I don't know. I liked it though.
All right, what do you think, Raid?
It was definitely like a menagerie of different sounds hitting all at once. I really couldn't tell up from down with the song. And it's not a bad thing. It's kind of just it's so unique in itself that it's hard to like exactly pinpoint, what you can really like take away or relate to. When you listen to a genre of music, they all kind of have a similar sound that makes them stick to a specific genre. With this, I wouldn't be able to categorize it in my brain anywhere. It's definitely very new sounding to me, if that makes any sense. For the most part, I can see myself vibing with it. But it's just where can you play this song? It's very situational where you can utilize the song, depending on of kind of like when we listen to music, usually it's based off of mood. Like, what am I into today? Do I want like an up down song? Like, do I want something that gets my heart beating? Do I want something to listen to if I'm feeling mopey? with this, it's kind of hard to place my thoughts as to when would I listen to this song, other than right now, to review it.
Yeah, I do find that this is I listen to a lot of music while driving, and I do enjoy this song, especially with how it like starts at a lower point and eventually just keeps building up to that higher point throughout the song. I think this is very fun, like driving song for me personally.
I can see it as that. I'm not sure that I would classify it as a song to kill time to. I feel like this song definitely deserves a niche at some point in your life where I can listen to this while doing this. I just don't know what exactly. Driving could be that, for you. For me, it would have to be something else. Just don't know what. But overall, like, you know what? It's pretty. It vibes with me.
All right, cool. And let's go ahead and finish this off with our comments.
Yeah, well, I know you saved me for last, probably because I've heard this song before. The last time we did the podcast together, like before, this iteration, the last when I first brought you on, and honestly, it's interesting because I didn't really remember any of it except for like the I guess arguably you'd call it the chorus or the refrain. I think I'd be more comfortable with using because it's not really a chorus. And because I don't know, I feel like it's because it does have so many disparate elements. It didn't really stick with me then. I guess we'll see if it sticks with me now. But I certainly didn't hate it. That's a thing that we used to say on the show all the time. Well, I didn't hate it. But no, but really, I did appreciate it. It's certainly got a lot of spirit to it. It definitely like ebbs and flows a lot. It breathes. I think that's a great quality for a song to have. Just that sort of just that paroxysm of just like building and releasing and building and releasing, and it doesn't do it the same way every time, which I think is pretty interesting. And I realize this is kind of a grandiose way to describe an indie rock song, so I'm gonna stop talking now.
Oh, you're okay. I like your comments. And also, I did not stop the track preemptively. It stopped by itself, I swear. And then I stopped the thing from playing after it had already stopped.
Was it gonna play something else? Was something else?
No, it was just gonna stay in the. It was just gonna stay in the voice channel, and that always makes me a little uncomfortable. So I just right stop to make it go away.
The bots are listening.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Woo-wee.
Do not feed the beast.
This right here is the 21st century, fellas. The bots are always listening.
All right. Billy, was there anything else you wanted to say about this song?
Yeah, it makes me hard.
All right. I guess we'll move on to my next track.
Oh, wait. This podcast has been hijacked by Nick Nolte. I'm gonna go and
Not
eat.
again!
I'm gonna eat the six-pack. The whole thing with the glass.
Take your lozenges, Nick.
You're not the boss of me anymore, fish boy.
Nick, I can't stand to see you do this to yourself.
All right.
Billy was a
Um,
gay fish.
All right, so my next song I feel needs a bit of contextualization. This is a song by Alon Moore from
A lawnmower?
Alon Moore. Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's that. I don't know. It's like maybe it's a phonetic joke. I don't know. Maybe it's his real name. Don't make fun
Can I
of it.
have? Can I have some context on how the lawnmower started making music?
Well, first of all, you stick your arm in it, and it sucks out the blood, and it powers the mystical stone beneath.
Oh, so now I understand what was happening in the happening.
Yeah. The trees just wanted to play music the whole time.
Thanks, Nick Nolte.
Goddamn trees. They took my ex-wife from me.
All right, I'm done. All right, so this is an experimental track. So it's a little different. It's a little bit long too. It features a lot of different influences, which I think is really interesting. It's got like elements of rock and jazz and noise, industrial, even deep house. So let's go ahead and give that a listen.
Boy, is that house deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I did the thing again. I didn't type it out. Flame Devourer by Alon Moore. What did you think, Billy?
I thought it was pretty good. It was very it it had a great progression to it that I enjoyed. Every part of that song had this, fun, frenetic energy to it. It felt like it had a lot of components going on. It was like this industrial. Um, there was this industrial kind of like component to it, and I hate to use the word, but like a kind of like tribal. Um, the drums of it felt like so. I felt like I was in a forest with a bunch of drums going, and the forest was burning down, and people were charging after me, and I was about to be killed as part of a war crime. It's a very interesting, fun song. Um, yeah, I would definitely listen to this again.
All right, great. Yeah, it has a lot of disparate elements that you think wouldn't really go together, but it manages. He really manages to mesh them well, I feel. All right. Olaf.
Yeah. I also got the fucking. Well, for me, I felt like I was in a jungle being chased by like a large animal, like running for my life. you could feel like the drums as they got more and more intense, like they're getting closer, and then it calms down. You think you're safe, and then it like kicks back in. Um, it's very like cinematic in a sense. It really uh, makes your imagination start kicking in, and you can really see like a music video in your head, or like a scene from a movie. But
Absolutely.
it's really engaging. I really liked it a lot.
Great. Yeah, it is very cinematic. The whole album is I could really see this guy doing movie scores. But yeah, the album is wait, I want to pull it up and at least get a chance to plug it. It's called Lands of Delight. It's his 2019 album. It's great. And it's not that long. It's like 37 minutes, 7 songs. All right. Raid, what'd you think?
It definitely gives me like video game vibes. You know? I can't describe it any other way. Like I can see this just being a song. You're just like mowing down demons, hordes of the undead. You know, like it definitely gets my blood going. You know, I like it.
Sure. Cool. Absolutely.
It's
and-
like Doom vibes. You ever play Doom?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely Doom.
yeah.
So like that's kind of what I was envisioning, you know, because I need like to put a picture to songs sometimes. So that's kind of what I was feeling. But it's definitely more like hypnotic, if that makes any sense.
Oh, definitely. It definitely has that sort of like captivating energy to it, like where you just sort of like mesmerized by the like the Mobius strip nature of the song, how it just sort of like folds back in on itself, and it's like recursive, and yeah.
Couldn't say any better than that. Yeah.
Anyway, oh, sorry, did you want to say anything else?
I'm good.
Fishy.
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything said so far. I did write, like Olaf and Billy mentioned, I did feel like I was running through a jungle on fire with something behind me. Especially with those tribal beats, it kind of put me in the mind of like a vision of what a good type of dubstep could have been. Like I would have been all in if this was the shit that took over 10 years ago, instead of just like constructing a whole song around one beat drop, because like Billy said, this did have a lot more meaningful progression to it, and it kind of took you on a journey. I like the name of Flame Devourer, because the tribal drums and the kind of wild put me in mind of being in a village in the jungle with like fire eaters, but it was so intense. He's not swallowing a torch, he's just shoving the whole fucking bonfire down his throat, and it just kept pushing forward. I really enjoyed it. It was good.
All right, great. Glad you guys enjoyed it. I guess next up we got Olaf.
All right, I'm gonna play a song by Daughters. It's called City Song. And the first time I heard this song, I got severe anxiety. So obviously I loved it. So with no further ado, I'm just gonna play it.
The breath's long, and the fires are out. The water sits still.
So that was a City Song by Daughters. So I don't know, Billy, what do you think?
Um, definitely an interesting song choice. I've listened to some Daughters before. Mostly, like I'll be listening to something else, like on Spotify, and then it'll conclude and it'll play the radio of that like band, and Daughters will come on, and I haven't been too into them yet to really like listen to more of their discography. I think this is an interesting song. I really like the latter half of it. The first I want to say like 3 minutes really was not engaging enough for me, which feels like a weird way. It feels like a weird thing to say for a song like this that is so enthralling and so intense. But I couldn't really get into it enough. But I really love when it gets even more hyped up and when it gets louder, and his low monotone voice is in the background, kind of sounding like really creepy, like with the louder instrumentation. I love that, but it wasn't I wasn't really able to engage with it until that point. It just sounded like just boring noise until it got to that point for me. But I do enjoy noise, and I did enjoy parts of this track at least.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I can see that. To me, it kind of feels like it's building up, like it, like almost like an anxiety attack some way. So I can understand it. It kind of just drags on a little bit, but it builds up. I think so. Let's see what Raid. What do you think?
He's dead.
All right. Rest in peace. Let's do Fishy.
Um, well, you said that you liked it right off because it gave you anxiety. I'm kind of the exact opposite. I'm not too huge a fan, mostly because it did give me anxiety. It did do some interesting things, especially towards the start. I was getting pretty heavy, like uh, Joy Division vibes with the vocals. It's kind of sounded like Ian Curtis at the start, I think, but as it went on, it kind of got away from that and just got more and more into making me sweat. So, not really for me, but for the purposes of inducing anxiety, this is where you should go.
You don't like anxiety, Fishy? What the fuck's wrong with you?
I've got it to spare already. I don't need my music to increase it.
When I say I like it because of it gives me, it's because I like that a song can like affect me so much in a way, like give me so much feelings in a weird way. Usually they make me happy or sad, but like this just gives me anxiety.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there is definitely something positive to be said for anything that can be this evocative, but just really not for me, I think.
Yes, completely fair. Les.
Oh, he's dead too.
Dang, dude, your track killed two people.
Well, rest in peace, everyone. This is my show now.
I was talking. I was muted. I. Oh man. Yeah. I didn't realize I was still muted. Anyway. Yeah. No. I really liked this track. It was very anxiety inducing. But I didn't mind. I had a good time. I really liked how staggered the drum strikes were at first. Like, like when that happens, your brain, like feels the need to like fill in like where it thinks this is going. And so I'm like, okay, personally, I'm like, okay, so this is going to like build to a head with like this steady rhythm, and it's going to be in 4/4, and then it doesn't do that. It sort of tapers off a bit, and the strikes just start to sound like, the snare strikes just start sounding like gunshots, and it's very disorienting, and it's very much like an out of body experience. Like it's this grimy world that you're just sort of being pulled apart in, and it's just sort of like completely anathema to any experience that's human. And that's really the beauty of a lot of great industrial music. um and it's certainly true of this song.
It kind of goes against yourself. It kind of goes against everything. Like it feels like the beat is offbeat with your heartbeat, and
Yeah.
everything you're thinking. Like, yeah, like you said, like the beat is gonna be there, and then it's not there, and then it hits you once you. I don't know. Can't explain it. It just makes me feel weird.
Yeah, and it also helped that this is primarily a metal band, so there was also a lot of the metal sensibilities there, like the double bass drum kicks, and like it all blended together in a really nice way, in a satisfying way, and I really enjoyed it.
All right. I don't think Raid is here right now.
Raid?
Yes. What
Oh,
about me?
Oh,
I've been here. I just been listening. You know.
oh well.
What'd you think about the song?
I don't hate the song, but it was really out there for me to like connect with it, or like or like just like how can I be emotionally drawn into this song? At some points it just felt like noise. Like maybe my ears are just not on the same palette as everyone else's when it comes to music, but I just couldn't find myself into the music with this one. This one was a miss for me.
Oh, it sounded like gunshots. You're from New York.
You know what? It just sounds like if I go outside, at random hours of the night, like
That's pretty good. Someone finally got some New York vibes.
What's your favorite type of gunshot?
I guess a cult, like
Can't
true
go wrong.
story. I remember one time my family, this is when I was a little kid. I must have been like at least in 6th or 7th, 8th grade, and it's night. And for some reason, my parents thought it was a great idea to go grocery shopping at night. And we don't have a car. And we're going to the grocery shop and we're walking at night, inconspicuously, of course, like in the dark. And then there's this dude who runs past us in between my folks and my sister and me. And all of a sudden, a cop is like, "Freeze! Don't move!" And obviously, someone was running away from the officer, and they were chasing this perp. But he draws out his gun and starts shooting in our direction. And all I hear is the sound is blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, oh crap, is he shooting while we're here? And my mom starts screaming, running around like, ah! And my dad's just like, don't run, they'll shoot you too. True story.
Jesus Christ. That's horrifying.
It was, but I was a kid, so I didn't really couldn't process it in real time. Like, oh, we're endangered, Like, I was just so. What's the word I'm looking for? Not numb, but
traumatized.
Not traumatized, but desensitized to violence on that scale. Like to me, it just didn't felt real, but it was a real moment. It was like, oh shit, this actually did happen to us, and I was somewhere in Queens.
Oh, so you were like dissociating.
I'm very much, when it comes to like gun violence and anything like that. To me, it's just noise. To other people, it would be like PSD or something, like, oh my god, it triggered me. and that's valid. Some people have experience with when it comes to with similar sounding sounds, like the loud abrupt sounds that they make. Like it mostly draws back to a memory or an experience they might have had associated with that sound. To me, it's just noise, and I'm so accustomed to it because I've heard a lot of gunshots in my time. I've actually been on the shooting range. I've done shotguns and rifles and things like that. Not to like hone my skills or anything like that, but just recreational fun.
Yeah,
So
I've only ever shot pellet guns.
Pellet guns, okay. They do have a bit of a kick. Certain gauges of like shotguns, like my shoulder almost gave out because
Yeah,
I'm not built for such big guns like that.
fair. All right, to get back from this tangent, was there anyone else that wanted to comment on this track, or was that it?
3 out of 10.
Great. I don't know what that means in this context, but
How many gunshots you would give?
My favorite gunshot is the one that kills my family.
God damn.
I was hit 3 out of 10 times. Luckily, they were all in my carotid artery, so I'm bleeding out on the street.
Oh god.
All right, Fishy, what's up next?
I'm gonna bring a New Order song next. Thieves Like Us. I chose it because it's not many of their songs are below the 10 mil threshold. This one is not super obscure, but in the context of New Order, fairly obscure, and I think it does a lot interesting. I think it's a lot more indicative or representative of the switch that occurred when Joy Division became New Order than a lot of their more popular stuff is, like Blue Monday and stuff, where they go all in on the synths. This one retains a lot of the multi-instrumentation, and I think it's a lot more interesting than a lot of their more popular songs. And it's Thieves Like Us by New Order.
So is it more post-punk, like Joy Division?
Yeah, I'd say it's a lot more post-punk than just electric, like they kind of moved towards it. It definitely still retains a lot of reverence for the lyrics, I think, but also in that regard, in contrast to Joy Division, the lyrics and vocals are pretty plainly spoken here without, Ian Curtis's whole thing. It sounds like the mic's running away from him and he talks in riddles. This is kind of just saying what you mean, which is interesting in the context of mostly the same people that made all of Joy Division songs to me. Let's see. I think I saved it to my clipboard. Yeah, there we go. Okay, New Order, Thieves Like Us.
'cause at home is the best. Love is the cure for every evil. Love is the air that supports the eagle. It's called love, and it's so uncool. It's called love, and somehow it's become unmentionable. It's called love, and it belongs to every one of us. It's called love, and it cuts your life like a broken knife. Oh, love, 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 love. It's called love, and it belongs to us. It's called love, 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 love. It's called love, and it belongs to everyone but us.
All right, that was New Order with Thieves Like Us. What did you think, Raid?
I like it. I definitely was caught in a trance with this one. You know, this to me, this is definitely like midnight vibes. I would be driving in my car if I had a car and just silently listen to it. You know, I probably would have like lose. I would definitely lose myself in the song. It's kind of something that I definitely want to hear more of. Like, so if there's like an album or something that goes with this, I definitely want the whole album.
Well, this was released as a single, but they have several songs that are pretty similar. I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No, man, I only have nice things to say. I don't know how I could critique this song. Like, you can't mess with it any more than what it is now currently. Like, there's nothing I could add or take away from it. I think it's for me for sure.
Nice. I'm glad you liked it.
Well, you can critique something without criticizing it.
But usually when I try to critique, I want to be constructive. I want to say this would sound great if you did this to it, but you know, I can't do that all the time. But with this song, I wish there was something I can like flavor it with, you know. But honestly, as it is, I like it. Like, I just wouldn't mess with it. Like a recipe. If music had a recipe, I would not fuck with this recipe. I would stick to it.
Yeah, I feel you on that. It does just feel like a complete package to me, this song. It's one of my very favorites.
You can see why.
Laz, what did you think?
I think it's fucked up.
Oh.
No, it's great, but I mean, again, like great. I already love, you know, like Joy Division and New Order. This, you know, but I hadn't heard this song somehow. So yeah, no, it's great. It's very warm and inviting. I love the sliding bass. Just there's surprisingly a lot going on for just this you know, like straightforward just like really instrumentally aware, you know, post-punk song with a lot of flourishes, a lot of pulsing elements, you know, the keyboards, the bass, the guitars, and of course very straightforward vocals, as you said before. But it was a very, very clean song, very good.
Yeah. Cool. Olaf, what did you think?
Uh, not not that big a fan of synth. And also I'm a diehard Joy Division fan, and I think Joy Division fans come in two camps: the ones that love New Order and those who don't. Because I think I would enjoy it more if it wasn't attached to Joy Division. To be honest, I don't know, a little. That's a me problem. This song is good, and it's relaxing. I don't know, like Raid said, like a car song, I guess. But to know that Joy Division went after Ian Curtis and became like a synth pop band, it kind of bothers me a little bit, if I'm honest. But this song, it is good. There's some Joy Division in there still, but I would like more bass lines, and more Ian Curtis. And actually, I would prefer Joy Division.
Stack all the bases. Wall of bass.
Yeah, and all that's totally fair. I'm definitely the guy in the other camp from you. I love Joy Division and New Order, but I really like the direction that New Order took it without saying anything negative about the way Joy Division was doing things. I think that they definitely have connective tissue, but I think that they're both very, very good acts, even if they do diverge quite a bit. I wasn't sure which version the bot was going to play. The one that I thought it might play does have quite a bit more bass and instrumental. It has like a 3-minute just instrumental lead in, so that might be worth searching out if anyone's more into that aspect of it. And Billy, what did you think?
I liked it a lot. There's not much I can say about this, but I really did like it. Um I think there's those bright synths, and I think I've already said it before, but like the contrast of the bright synths and those kind of like lower vocals is what really kind of makes this harmonize for me, and really gives it like a fun energy, even when the lyrics are a little bit more wishful and aren't exactly as happy. But I don't have the full context for you know the bands before, and I don't really care personally. I think that this is just a good track.
Oh well, let me sum it up for you. Ian Curtis, he was like an ironic neo-Nazi. He had seizures and then he killed himself. That's it. That's the whole story.
That's very reductive.
I still don't. I won't say I don't care because fuck Nazis, but
But he wasn't a real Nazi.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah, you're right. Like, who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Like the band really got into like Nazi imagery and iconography.
The name itself, Joy Division, was named
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were flirting with it, but I think that was like I'm playing defense for fucking dead people now, but
Yeah.
it was before a time when, like, at that point, the World War II had just happened pretty much. Well, it was still pretty fresh, and no one was actually a Nazi. Nowadays, you can't really tell like ironic Nazis from actual Nazis these days,
Right.
so it's a bit different now.
Right, and that's what I was trying to say in context. Like back at the time when they were using all these elements, like it was before the real like Nazi punks had really become a thing. And then when they did become a thing, not too long afterward, the members of Joy Division were like, "Oh fuck, we're being lumped in with these people, but we don't actually believe this shit." You know?
Yeah. It's Joy Division and New Order, like I said, are two of my favorite acts, but they're one of the very few things that I just kind of consciously don't examine too much because I like them enough that I don't want to discover that I think that maybe they flirted too much with some stuff they shouldn't have. But that's not to say at all that I'm inclined to believe they were genuine Nazis in any degree.
Okay, some great topics tonight. Johnny Depp, domestic abuse, gunshots.
I'm still going to talk about pretentious music too.
Yeah, good. Talk about me. I am the pretentious music that you want to see in the world. All right. All right, who's next? Raid? What's your second track?
Yeah, I'm trying to find something that's not so damn serious. Maybe for the next podcast, but I'm gonna stick with just the randomness of some of the songs I have off the top of my list. Here, let me grab this one.
Oh Jesus, Raid, you're our favorite shit poster.
Why would you put shit on a poster?
I don't know. Why would you? Let's see.
Worked for Jackson Pollock.
This one different. This one's gonna age well, like fine wine, I think.
Хорошо. Hi, my name is Vlad. You might say that I'm bad, but I'm quite nice if you look into my eyes. Angry and calm, patient and eager. Maybe not emperor, but a top-notch leader. Just kidding. I am the best. I am DJ. I don't dance. The beat is mine. The tune is mine. Just kidding. I am the best. I am DJ. I don't dance. I'm cool. I'm ice, and I roll the dice. My heart is cold. My moves are old. Never get old. I save the world. Did you know? I save reporter from a tiger attack. Did you know? I drive Formula 1 car on the racetrack. Did you know? I dance with you the track. I fight jiu-jitsu with hand on my back. I hit the book. I make a strike. I never pull back, never sack. I'm called like Jack. I love the Beatles from London to Ostankino Tower. Strawberry fields forever in power. Yeah. If you want this track life, bitch, I'll play him by Shoy. I love my haters, I keep them close when they strike. From the bottom of my heart, I wish they're safe and alive. Our planes are endless, our men are strong. We have beautiful women, and I tell you, they never wrong. I love my transformers, they are very tender. Putting the carrots in blenders, inventing new genders. My heart is cold. My moves are old. Never get old. I save the world. Did you know? I save reporter from a tiger attack. Did you know? I drive Formula 1 car on the racetrack. Did you know? I dance with you the track. I fight jiu-jitsu with hand on my back. I hit the book. I make a strike. I never pull back, never sack. I'm called like Jack. Oh, hello, Mr. Trump. How is in the office?
Fine, thank you.
No problem. It was a promise. I see no wall, but that's fine. Another 4 years, it's enough time? My heart is cold. My moves are old. Never get old. I save the world.
Here, little girl. You called me to save the world.
Yes, Mr. Putin. I knew you are a good man. Let's do this.
How you guys want to do this? Round table style or one after another?
Oh, make sure that you say who the artist was and who, the song too.
I don't think I have an idea who the artist is. I know it's by a YouTube channel called Bad History. They're basically animated songs. They just do fiction and humorous satirical stuff and nothing more. So I don't have an artist name.
That's fun. That makes sense.
Could be like a studio. Yeah, they,
I guess let's just do one at a time.
Fishy, how about you? You go first.
I really don't have too much to say. It took me a minute to kind of realize what was going on, I guess, so to say. Like, I couldn't tell immediately if it was going for the whole hog satire route or if it was trying to say something, and I think it was not trying to say something, at least nothing that really spoke to me, either in terms of the music itself or the lyrics. It kind of gave me the old vibes of those old epic rap battles of history stuff that was popular 10 years ago. And I might have liked this 10 years ago, but it's not really for me now, I don't think.
Okay. Laz, what about you? You go next.
Oh, hearing about Putin for that long, it made me want to say the N-word.
What?
It's about time.
No,
Got nukes on the brain, do you?
yeah, well, yeah, we're all gonna get nuked pretty soon. They're gonna come straight for DC, and then next they're coming for you.
Yeah,
Coming for these nuts.
Yeah.
they want Sar Oaks Ridges.
The Cold War has gotten pretty hot these past few years.
I mean, the Cold War ended a long time ago. This is just the humid war.
True.
I don't musically. I don't know. I liked the the like the Eastern European men's choir, like it's very shitposty, but in a very fun way, and it actually didn't sound bad. But yeah, overall, yeah, like I don't like if unless there's like a huge in the video, like does it like show like the lyrics? Because I could not make out a single thing that they were saying.
Yeah, there's lyrics in the video.
So yeah, I was gonna say like satire kind of falls flat if you have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
It really depends on how well are you familiar with the propaganda that happens in Russia, regarding to Putin.
Oh shit!
You know,
I'm
so I'm
Ukrainian.
just,
So.
So a lot of this really references to like his ego, where like, yes, I beat up polar bears and tigers and I help people,
Oh, yeah, I know everyone's seen the picture of him topless riding the horse.
or topless riding on like a polar bear or a moose or something, Arctic, related. Polar bears are lethal. They're the one bears that are strictly carnivorous.
Yeah, you
So
do not fuck with polar bears. Yeah.
they will eat you, and that has happened to cameramen that were taking like footage, like way up there on like on the ice. And because food is so scarce, polar bears do not mess around. If they see you, they are coming for you. They will swim very slowly towards you. And they don't care if you notice them or not. They're coming for you. They're gonna eat your ass whole. And I think that actually happened to someone who was doing a documentary. Like the cameraman was getting snacked on by a polar bear, and there was like nothing they could fucking do.
God,
I'm terrified. They're coming for me now.
Yes. Here's the thing about global warming, because it was referring to the song in at the very end. There's a reference with the little girl. It's supposed to be Thunberg, or I forgot her name, but
Greta Thunberg.
yeah, Greta. And essentially, because of global warming, or whether we can argue if it exists or not, we can't deny that it has an impact on the ecology of nature itself. And polar bears are now interbreeding with grizzly bears and black bears of that nature. And so as a result, they're producing bigger and much more aggressive bears. So I can only imagine the combination of genetics of the genome of a grizzly bear and a polar bear. Like, that's just like a freak of nature. But yeah, music wise, I really appreciate the chorus. If anything, just see how often do you hear Russian music or Russian-ish inspired?
Russian-esque. All right.
Is anyone else want to take a jab at it?
Meme music.
I had some comments too, but Olaf, you can go first.
That's all I had to say.
Epic comments.
Yeah.
I prefer this song to the other song, at least. I thought this song was funnier for sure. I did hear a little bit of what was being said, and I really liked. I think it would help to have the visual element here, to kind of see, because I feel like I'm supposed to be seeing things, and I am visualizing it in the absence of that visual element. So, the phone call to Trump is funny, and then having like the girl swooning over him is funny. So I think that this is a better satirical song, and I did enjoy the chorus here a little bit more. I even enjoyed those that chip tune at the end. This has a little bit more of a tune and a little bit more melody, and it wasn't a bad track. It was pretty fun.
Thank you for that. It was kind of fun, and I try to go for songs that are fun. My type of taste and fun is gonna definitely differ from everyone else. Because everyone has their own interpretation of what's fun and what's not. But
you're valid, Ray.
You're valid. Your fun is valid.
It's okay if no one wants to acknowledge it or not, but I think the stuff that I pick out is kind of fun. But I also hope it resonates well with the community that I'm participating in. I don't want to bring in music that would discourage anyone or give a false impression of where my more or less ethics or moralities lie. I definitely do pick out lots of music that is very satirical, very more or less has subtext to it one way or another, but doesn't truly represent my true ideologies. I just like songs that really poke fun at things that are like, oh, you shouldn't talk about that. Like maybe we should talk about that. Maybe we should open the room to discussion to these topic points that sometimes get overlooked or overshadowed by other things. So that's just so you guys know in the future, I tend to lean towards those kind of songs. But
Are you
I
saying
like-
you're not going to vote for Putin?
I don't think Putin's up for election. I don't think he ever has to like run for presidency. He's just always president for life until either he gets assassinated or he just assassinates the next person who's running against him.
Oh no, they Russia does have elections. It's very funny, because there's always an opposing candidate, and oh, did you hear about I forget the guy's name, but the last one, Putin actually arrested him, and he was in jail for a bit.
He's still in jail.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why pretend you have a democracy at that point? Just like if I was Putin, I'd just be like, nah, man, I'm the leader of this country forever and ever. Like, why even pretend otherwise at that point?
Well, I think
sure some
pretending.
I'm sure some people buy into it, is all I was going to say.
Yeah, but I also think a lot of the front being put up is directed externally. I mean, I think most Russians kind of realize the score.
Anyway, I think we should move on. Unless, did you want to say anything else, Fishy? I don't think you said.
No. I just accidentally hit my mouse when I was putting it down.
I had one more comment. 3 out of 10.
My personal goal is to find a song that gets everyone to say 10 out of 10. You know, I gotta find the song that works for everyone, and that's a challenge in itself. You know,
I think I would still say 3 out of 10 though, even if I felt it was a 10 out of 10.
Shit. Oh God. All right. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my marbles. Billy, close us out, please. God.
All right, because God will answer our prayers, I'm going to close this out with Shoo Shoo. This is Botanica de Los Angeles. This was a song that plays at the end of Creep 2. And it's really fitting for that movie in particular. You'll be able to tell when we listen to the song itself. I did want to talk a little bit about pretentiousness in music, maybe after we play the track, just because a lot of the criticism I've heard lodged against Shoo Shoo in the past has been that Jamie Stewart is very pretentious and that he plays his music is just really artsy for no purpose and very pretentious and difficult to listen to for no reason. I think like the reason why I'll play this song first is because this is actually a pretty accessible song, despite like he does have very inaccessible tracks. And I mean, he has a collaboration album with Merzbow, so that album is not the most accessible album for obvious reasons. But we can listen to the track. This is a very simple track. I don't want to say fun, but I do really like the sound of this track. All right, this is Botanica de Los Angeles by Shoo Shoo.
Should've known, didn't
Right, that was Botanica de Los Angeles by Shushu. And you can definitely see why it's in Creep 2. Definitely a good song, probably about someone who's killing people. Um, Lots of um, I hate to always like bring a serious track, but there is plenty of allusions to abuse in there and getting through and enduring abuse. And I think that might be this is something like Jamie from Shushu will definitely write about a lot is pain, trauma, um, and he has plenty of tracks about other things like military, um, sex, porn, lots of personal things and gender identity. I think that in the past, I haven't seen so many discussions brought up on like what pretentiousness in music or in um or in songs really looks like anymore. And I think we're kind of hopefully phasing that like criticism out at this point because of how much music has evolved. I definitely like to have that be part of our discussion as we're talking about this. But I think that the reason why that criticism may have been lobbed at him in the past is because of how personal his music gets and how he uses his vocals to portray some of that emotion as well. Um, I'll stop talking so much, and I'd like to hear Laz's thoughts about all of this.
Well,
No
sure.
thoughts, head empty.
Thanks. I have to I have to push the button to unmute, and I'm very uncoordinated and a very awkward and gangly person, so it takes me several seconds to do anything. Um, but anyway, yeah, I have definitely heard, like I'd be reluctant to even call it criticism because calling something pretentious is really not like a valid form of criticism. It's a form of dismissal. Like you're not even really engaging with the art really if you're calling it pretentious. You're just like saying this is not worth my time, this isn't valuable to me, I'm just not even going to put in the effort to try to appreciate this. And I know that sounds like a bit pompous to phrase it like that, but that's just how I feel. I feel like it's unless something is like affected, like and that it's deliberately trying to, it's an artist who thinks that they're smarter than they actually are, and they're trying to uh, put on airs and pretend like they're some level of sophistication above themselves. But I do not feel like that's Juju. I feel uh, like Jamie definitely explores themes, both musically and lyrically, that he definitely comprehends and understands thoroughly. And I feel like the lyrics in this, especially, are heightened by the syncopation of the music, just adding that level of uneasiness that just kind of holds throughout, and it feels like it feels like the after effects of shock or PTSD, and or like a really bad panic attack, and that you're still like recovering like just physically from a psychosomatic experience. And there are not a lot of people who can really do something like that. And even and on top of that, it's a fun pop song. Like it's not like this is uh goddamn Anton Webern or anything. It's a pop song. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox, and I enjoyed it.
Awesome. I really appreciate your thoughts. And I will say again, this is definitely one of his more accessible tracks. I'd say the album Forget is also a little bit more accessible too. He definitely has some songs that are uh, more difficult to listen to, but the ones that are accessible are, just easier to digest, like you're saying, and it's hard to fathom like someone just completely dismissing it. What are your thoughts, Fishy?
Uh, this is the first I've really heard of Juju, and pretentious isn't really a word that would spring to my mind just from this, so I can't comment all that much on that aspect of it. I didn't think it was pretentious. I can get why you would take issue with society at large labeling any amount of vulnerability in art as pretension rather than examining where it comes from, and that's definitely a problem. So kudos to like blocking out a part of your presentation for that. It's worthwhile to say. The song itself, kind of hand in hand with that, I did really kind of enjoy the vulnerability, both in the subject matter and the lyrics themselves, and in the singing of them. It contrasted pretty nicely with the aggressive instrumentals. Like, if you had removed the vocals from this track and played the instrumentals, you could have very easily fooled me by just putting in some kind of screamo and making it very generic. But I think that they worked well together to kind of make their own thing in this one. So yeah, I liked it quite a bit. It was good.
Some Raid, what did you think?
Well, it definitely doesn't sound pretentious. I don't know how it could ever come off like that. It's not like, can music in general ever sound pretentious? That definitely was something I was thinking about. Like, how can music sound pretentious? It's not like, and this is the first time I ever heard this song. This is the first time I'm learning about the artist, and I couldn't really identify or really understand, where the music was coming from as far as like, emotion wise. But it definitely had a lot of like, it would definitely show emphasis and strength there. Like, okay, whatever this song is supposed to be about, it's coming from somewhere. I just couldn't pinpoint where is it coming from. What would be the topic point of, where is this song coming from? Its emotional, weight. There were times where like I couldn't really make out what the author was saying. Like, I just don't have an ear when it comes to picking up the subtlety in lyrics. But it definitely, the song is strong. It definitely sounds like a really strong song. I don't think I have the ears to appreciate the depth of this song, But I definitely wouldn't label it as pretentious. Not at all. Far from it.
Might, and honestly, sometimes something like this is for me personally worth like revisiting too, especially because you catch so many different things a second time or a couple times around, and I know like I've gotten so used to his voice, but at this point that I can pretty much hear what he's saying pretty well. Olaf, last thoughts for the episode. What did you think?
I'm so tired. It's 5 in the morning. I don't have too
My
much.
wife's gonna kill me.
I am. I didn't listen too well. Sorry. I liked it. I kind of zoned out. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. You're tired, dude.
Honestly, we should have ended like 45 minutes ago, but yeah, we did kind of take our time on this one.
All right, well, good episode.
Yeah, I had fun. All right, I guess that's the show for us. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Godnatt allihopa, ni är så jävla bra, jag älskar er.
Oh, we get to speak in our, native tongue. Buenos noches, hombres.
No, that was gibberish.
Oh, I thought he was speaking a language.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Buenos ding dong diddly dias, señoritas.
Muy bien. Tú puedes hablar español.
All right. I assume he was speaking Icelandic the first time.
I thought it was something, like it fooled me.
All right. Oh, sorry, Olaf. What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. That's our show.
What? Wait, was it really gibberish? Because I was just making a joke.
No.
Oh, okay, good.
You made fun of his culture. That's not a good joke, Billy.
It's racist.
He's gonna throw you in a volcano.
I'm going on Twitter right now to cancel you.
Get wrecked, my dude.
But
All right. Jesus. All right. In the words of Trent Reznor, God is dead. No one cares. If there is a hell, I'll see you there. Good night, everyone. This is the Music Smoothie. Hope you enjoyed the taste of our blend. All right. It's time to kick off the bots. And bot 1. All right, and that was our latest episode of the Music Smoothie. Hope you enjoyed that blend. And if you like what we do and would like us to record consistently, we're currently trying to record weekly. Consider donating to us on Patreon at the Music Smoothie, and follow us on Twitter at tmusicsmoothie, and we're available on Instagram and Facebook at just the Music Smoothie. All the music we use is fair use under the media criticism clause of fair use. And if you like the music we listen to but don't always have time to listen to the episode, our playlist is available on Spotify. Just type in the Music Smoothie, and you'll be able to find all the music we play. All right. That's all the music that's available on Spotify, at least. Not all of it is. I hope you guys had a great time, and have a good one. Day, morning, evening, night, times in other dimensions as well. Yeah. All right, see ya.